Good evening one and all. I'm here with a new video about one of the commonest primary malignant bone tumor, chondrosarcoma. So guys, chondrosarcoma is of four types. Primary chondrosarcoma is one that arises de novo. Secondary chondrosarcoma is one that arises from the pre-existing cartilaginous lesions, namely enchondroma or osteochondroma. Third one is peripheral chondrosarcoma, which arises on the surface of the bone. And the last one is central chondrosarcoma, which arises from the intramedullary portion of the bone. Chondrosarcoma is the third most common primary malignant bone tumor. It is seen between an age group of 40 to 60 years of age most commonly. It has a characteristic male predominance with male is to female ratio of 2:1. This is a pie chart showing the most common site of occurrence of chondrosarcoma. So guys, I want you all to remember that pelvis and proximal femur is the most common site of occurrence of chondrosarcoma. It constitutes about 54% of the occurrence of chondrosarcoma. The next common site is the ribs, which constitutes about 16% of the total number of tumors. Third commonest site is proximal humerus, which constitutes about 11%. Fourth most common is distal femur and proximal tibia, constitutes about 8%. Then we have scapula, which constitutes about 6% of the total number of tumors, and sternum, which constitutes about 5% of the total percentage of tumors. Radiological features. Patients with chondrosarcoma usually presents with a round or oval radiolucency with ill-defined margins. The lesions are most commonly seen in the metaphysis and the diaphysis of the bone. However, less than 2% of the lesions are also seen in epiphyseal region, and this is seen to be clear cell variety on pathology. Endosteal scalloping is also seen because of the pressure effects of the tumor, with associated popcorn matrix calcification, which is a characteristic calcification seen within the lesion. The lesion can also present with laminated or spiculated periosteal response. So here we have an image representation of chondrosarcoma, where we see there is a large lytic destructive lesion involving the left ileum, with characteristic mottled popcorn calcification present within the central portion of the matrix of the lesion, which is very characteristic of chondrosarcoma. Here we see an image of the left femur, where there is a large lytic destructive lesion involving the metadiaphyseal region of the left femur, with associated soft tissue component, which is represented by subtle radiopacity surrounding the site of the lesion. If you see closely within the tumor, there is areas of popcorn calcification. Here's another image of the anterior-posterior view of the pelvis, where we see that there is a large lytic destructive lesion predominantly involving the sacrum and the coccygeal region. If you see that the lesion also shows some extension into the soft tissue component, at the same time there is also areas of characteristic popcorn calcifications within the lesion. This is an image of the left humerus, where we see that there is characteristic lytic destructive lesion causing endosteal scalloping of the bone, with matrix popcorn type of calcification within the lesion and predominantly involving the metadiaphyseal region of the bone. Here is another image where we see that there is involvement of distal humerus with spiculated periosteal response, which can also be presented in case of chondrosarcoma. Treatment. On treatment, what we see that most common used treatment is local resection or segmental resection or amputation of the involved bone. Prognosis is good for chondrosarcoma with a survival rate of about 90% after an early surgery. So I hope guys this video has helped you all, at least in terms of radiological aspects.